Just a sec. Okay. Check it. We're gonna start by putting your feet build up. Oops. It's actually the most important. As you can see here, I started out with the maximum hit points, of course. Action point gained from guarding attacks. You need that also to survive because you're a guardian tank. When you guard an attack, you guard it for distracting shields. Actually, the first ones aren't that important. The only one that's actually pretty huge is crit and your armor specialization. Because this goes times 15%, and then later on you can get your protective paragon, you can add another 5 to it. Huge difference. Okay, so we have these. Then start to your protectors. No, actually I would first start the tactician paragon. Tactician is very important for a buff mod tank. You go in to fight on, you put everything on the first 5. Fuck all the rest, just use these. Actually it's for these tools you need it. As Into the Fray is as we all know, the butter and bread of Guardian Fighter, yeah? Tide of Iron debuff, yeah, if you haven't used that yet, by the time you get to use this, or you get to put this, you already know what it does, so actually it's a big stamina boost. Here, the last one, Martial Mastery. If you're gonna be a deep buff tank, this is actually a pretty cool thing to use. They all get extra action points and you make your group a shitload stronger. So the first thing I did was put it in here. I actually started out with this one, if you need to ask. Action Search, that's primary. After these are finished, I started the Tacticians, and then you got a choice. Some put it in Conqueror, but I think that's shit for the tank. I actually prefer the 5% deflect chance and the 5% armor class. The next one, Devoted Protector, is 1, 2, 3, 4, but I got it also because it ups my deflection. Powers. Powers you want as a Guardian Fighter, Shield Talent all the time. Villain's Menace, also 4 points, because it actually doesn't do shit from attack, but you get that immune to disabling effects. And when that immunity is on, you cannot be knocked down. You cannot be pushed away by golems or by those awful little powery shitty creatures. So, Villain's Menace, a must. Fighter's Recovery, but if you got a good healer you don't really need that, but if you do a lot of PvE, it's actually pretty useful. Enforced Threat, yeah, we all know that, that's your only AoE count. Just put it full, you gotta use that a lot, especially in Masters. I put it enhanced markup now because I did a Master yesterday. When you were actually into Master Dungeons, you don't need the damage anymore, you just need to keep pulling up threat. Enhanced Mark is actually pretty good with Guarded Assault, because you do every time 5% of incoming damage and you keep building on threat. The only problem is when you put Guarded Assault on, except of Shield Talent, that's a lot less stamina. Okay, next, Night Challenge. That's for when you're doing one-on-one. Don't use that shit on dragons because you're gonna get only use it on single target mobs, single target bosses like Demogorgon. This is pretty useful because Demogorgon is slow and he focuses on you then. Ferocious Reaction. That one you can use with your shield. Anvil of Doom, that's PvE for when you're alone. Into the Fray, this one you need to do. If you're a Guardian buff, this one you need a lot. You need to use it to put your team's damage increased and damage resistance, so they get 25% of your damage resistance, as you can read. Together with the Cleric who puts Hollow Ground on the ground, you're in by. Supremacy of Steel is something I use a lot with bosses, so you can do a little bit of damage. I actually now lately Went more into village damage because I hate those stuns and things. Annoying. Knight's Valor, that's to get your group up. That's actually good on a lot of mobs. Iron Warrior, that's on with me all the time. It regenerates your stamina when you're actually into a battle and somebody's attacking you and your stamina is getting low. You off your shield. You put it in. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys now. As you can see now, my stamina is not going down, even though I'm shield slamming the shit out. See, now it starts. It actually means you get the 5-6 seconds more stamina. Pretty useful. And what Indomitable Strength, that's also pretty good. We all know that when you need to pummel or put a mob off a cliff, this is the one you want to use. Actually, these two are your only CCs you got. Boot Charge is also pretty good, but it's more of a knockback than a CC. This one is actually CC. When somebody does an attack, you can actually stop it with these two, so remember that. Desperate Survival is something I use on the Tiamat. You can actually use it a lot because your deflection points is in the air and your hit points are in the air, but for the rest I don't use it. Line Assault, I never use that shit neither. Boons, let's start with the boons. I don't have all my boons yet, I got a lot, but so bear with me. Sharandar is the pretty easiest to get. Defense, deflect. I didn't use that HP thing. I got my action points, because action points keeps you alive, and that 1600 on an end game shit is not gonna help you a lot. Here, that's pretty obvious. Arcane damage, or heal yourself for 20,000 hit points. I don't need to tell that. Hit points. Here it's actually here you need to watch. You got stamina regenerates 10% faster, or you deflect an attack, you do 3000 damage on your attack. I actually took this one because it helps me build threat on large mobs, while this 10% stamina, if you got your build done right, you shouldn't need that. Here 250 crit and movement because power I can't use. I wanted a little bit of crit. Lifesteal, deflect chance, 20,000 hits. Yeah, here I got Bastion. I was kinda doubting between these two, but what the fuck am I with power, lifesteal and regeneration when I got my rejuvenation, so fuck it. Icewind Dale, here I got 4 of them, always the bottoms, that's the healer ones, all that thing. Here you got the 400 stamina game or the 400 incoming healing bonus. As I said, when your stamina is big enough, go for incoming healing, but check it first. I will show you my stats later on. These you can't use, so and actually I'm planning to get either way Avalanche. Oh, excuse me, Avalanche. But here the 10% action points, but I would prefer this. Underdark is actually pretty the same. All the defense ones. Here you can choose between control effect, but I took the 5% stamina because in Sharandar I didn't take the stamina. Okay. Tyranny of Dragons, I'm still working on it. It's pretty easy. They're all defense or offense. As a tank you take defense. My next one will be lifesteal rating, not regen, because my regen is already big enough. Then of course, without a doubt, Dragon's Revival. Guild quest, I don't have, my guild is not there yet. Incoming healing, control effects, 5%, it actually helps a little bit. Combat advantage I can use, because I am the one who makes combat advantage. Here my stamina, I also got 10% faster, as I said. You can actually pick if you need those 3% action points or the stamina, but then you have to go back here. And where was it? Was that? No, it was that, I don't think, yeah? Yeah. The one with yeah, then you need to take this one. That's it for campaigns. Now for the stats. As you can see, my power is shit. I don't need power. In case I need power, I still got the 2000 power mount I can put on there. Here. Mind this is all without buffs. 11k in defense, which is actually more than enough at the moment. Deflect, regeneration, lifesteal. I prefer deflect on top of regeneration. Most people, they put regeneration on top of deflects, but I think I got shit of that. My incoming healing bonus is already pretty high. It's 1300, so regeneration, yeah, you know, I rather put it then in deflect, because more damage you ignore, the more you survive. Incoming healing is pretty important. AoE resist on the movements. This is not the shit we need. That we don't care. Yeah, my action point gain is also pretty good. And here we go. Damage resistance. This is what you need to get up in the air as fast as better as you can. As a tank, the higher this is, the more damage the other people will do because of you. Deflection chance is also very important. Yeah, now let's go rotation. You can see in the bottom there, this is my normal rotation. Tide of Iron to get that damage increase. Then I AoE my mobs, and then I give the buff to the group. You can also do it otherwise. Start with Tide of Iron, then go into the fray, then enforce threat. It's actually pretty the same, except you do a little bit more damage, but it doesn't last that long. Where I found that if you do it other way around, it should be cool too. Your gear. Try to get as much hit points as you can. Hit points, like I said, hit point, deflex, defense. I actually jammed my defense slots, most of them with the Silvery enchantment, or the Azure enchantments. Which one is it? Azure, no, it's here. Azure enchantment is defense. There's Silvery enchantment. Like I said, I don't have any problem tanking any masters except Aleo, the last one there. That one sucks, you all know it. Mounts, also something to remind here is to get your plus 2000 defense. You can get it from the crab at the moment, or the armored bear, I think. I took the crab because I think she looks pretty cool. Insignia bonus is also important. Keep always 3 on, so you get another one. So you get another one of your insignia bonuses. Like this one I like it, Shepherd's Devotion. When you use the daily power, your teammates' defense, deflection and movement are increased by 5% of your power for 15 seconds. That's 502 defense, deflex and movement they get. That's pretty cool, man. You can also add it up, say what kind of buff you want to be. You always have to look what kind of team you got. If your team is low, nah. Oh, sorry, moment. I wanted to do like this. See if I add 2000 power here, what's gonna happen there? Oops. Now it's 700. So you have to know what kind of team you want. It's very important. My rotation I showed you guys. So that's about it. Oh yeah, companions. I took the Honey Badger because as you can see, damage is reduced by 10% when my HP is 35 or less. It's proven very useful. The only problem with it is its offense slots. As a good tank, as a good tank you actually need those with defense slots. Why? You put on all your shit on it, and then you put that companion, I don't know what the one is, which gives you so many % of your companion stats. When it's pretty much up, that gives you about 200, 300, 400 on your stats, but I have to check it if it's worth it. Okay guys, that's it. If you got any comments, leave it in the bottom below. If you all need a good guild, just look up Side Effects. We're all happy to have you. Peace out. Nu wat er op YouTube komen. No, nee, de muis kijk.